bring on this. All right, so today we are working on, I'll check all your chats later. Let's work on, I'll get back to it otherwise. Okay, let's talk about words in context questions. You will have at least majority, like 30% of your stuff, 30% of your questions come from words in context questions, part of your reading and writing module. As such, also, you should understand the words, okay? So today it's going to be practice based. So we're going to have some questions for practice. After that, I'm going to allot you some more questions. Okay, so on this particular test, the particular phrase, like most logical and precise word or phrase, this is exactly how you can identify this question. First 6 questions will be of words in context questions. Okay, got it? So these are pretty easy if you apply dumb summary technique that I'm going to give you. Okay, and there are different ways to approach these words in context questions. And we'll see some questions that are actually of SAT questions. Okay. From the digital part, digital SAT questions. All right. Now I have a question for everyone. Tell me, what do you call that thing? Same idea, but different word. Everybody in the chat box. Same idea, but different word. What do you call it? 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 What do we name it? Absolutely. Come, then homophones. Homophones are same sounding words, right? Homophones are same sounding words. Same sound, but different spellings. All right, perfect. Very good. Acha, Mona was doubtful. Is it synonym, man? Are you synonym? Yeah, it is. Don't worry. Synonyms. Last year, absolutely everyone. Cool. That's good. You're already familiar with a very important word called synonyms. So you should check for this. You are supposed to use this so-called synonyms or antonyms depending upon the word that is being underlined. You have to look for what fits to it. Is it a synonym that fits to it, or is it an antonym? Okay, your job is to see for connections. SAT words or words in context questions are basically you are looking for a specific word from the text and trying to come up with a connection. Connections, you're looking only for the connections, okay? And trust me, these are pretty easy. Unlike like they're being told, oh my God, vocab. No, it's very super easy, okay? Right. So in this, we have 2 types of question variety. One which is very common, that the one which you're seeing on your screen, everyone. Okay, sentence completion questions. What do you have in this? We have a blank. Okay, there's a question, there's a passage, there's a small blank left out between the passage. Now your job is only to look around and try to see what fits to this particular blank. Okay, you will have options also, 4 options. You have to choose only one. Baki sir, all 3 are incorrect. Only one is correct. You have MCQ type of, okay, if you have gone through the test paper. Okay, 1 question, no negative marking. 1 answer. And what is that answer? Most of the time, vocab questions, you do not need to apply your prior knowledge. Okay, that's not going to help you. You probably know the meaning of it, but you know what? Sentence completion questions are basically contextual questions. Based on the context, you have to pick up. Now, my big question is, what is a context? Yes, everyone, what is a context? What does it mean, context? Yes. What does it mean, context? Anyone in the chat box? What's the meaning of con? Con. What's the pretext? Depending on the situation. Absolutely, my dear. Con means with, text means text. With the text, okay, you should read along the situation. That only is going to be your exact word. Okay, don't look for, actually, no, the meaning is this. Don't, come up, be a word Nazi. Okay, don't become a word Nazi. But acquiring a lot of words will also be easier for you to further. You do not feel like stuck at one point. Like I said, don't marry your options. You have to have a breakups and keep moving on. All right, fine. You just have to be in the moment. That's it. So sentence completion questions, that's exactly what we are looking at, but they work on 2 principles. How many principles? 2 principles. How many? One is You have to look for contextual clues. Okay, there is a murder scene. What will you look for? There's a murder scene or robbery. What will you look for? You look at my face. I look at ये तूने क्या है ना मुझे पता है clues. Right? Yeah, that's also a clue. You know, this guy is like utterly panicking. That's again a clue for someone who is like, you know, you become that Bonkeshwar Bakshi. You know who he is? Or no, you have this. Who is this? Who is this? The guy with the pipe. Who is this? Baskin Valley. You must, guys, must be having this particular uh, lesson from, yeah. So you become detectives, right? So you should be picking up the clues. That's exactly what I'm trying to tell. The next one is, the second principle is connotations. What are connotations? Do I have an answer over there? Ah, yes, Sherlock Holmes. All right. Okay. So Sherlock Holmes. Guys, you should become Sherlock Holmes when it comes to, no, you should become vocab Holmes. Holmes, not Holmes. Okay. So connotation, dear, what is connotation? Anybody in the chat box? Connotation. Con. With. Notation. Idea. With the idea. Or notion means what? Notion. Notation. The feel, the emotion. Okay. So you should go with the emotion, either positive charge or negative charge, or you should look for the contextual clues. Am I clear? Let's proceed to understand some things. So these are some, for finding the right choices, there's always some of the clues that are waiting for you to find out. Okay. So you becoming the Sherlock Holmes and you'll start looking for some of the transitional words. Like why transitional words play a very important role here is, as in the last discussion I've already mentioned, and maybe from your past academic sessions, from your English classes, just to brush up, transitional words, or they're also known as connectors. What they do, they connect two words, two sentences together and create a connection. They create coherence. They create logical flow. Okay? Got it? When you start writing essays, you will certainly understand the importance of these connectors. Actually, they play a very important role in your IELTS class, IELTS essays. Okay? Nothing like, why were you absent yesterday? Ma'am, because I felt sick. See, what is it? It's like actually a connector. You are giving under that situation of reason giving, you have used this so-called connector. Likewise, we have something called as continuers. And there is a list over here, everyone. You can please look at my left. This is left? Yeah, this is left. So you have also and as well. Furthermore, in addition, just as, likewise, moreover, not only, but also, and similarly. So what do the continuers do? The job of continuers is, see, the story is going in one direction. There is no difference. Monotonous. Absolutely, like the girl boy meet. They have good time. They do all the singing behind the, oh, now it is not singing behind the trees, right? Okay. They have openly sing and they dance and they make a lot of halla and all that. So the story is going on absolutely on a one direction. So that's called continuers. Got it? Continuers are one type of connectors or transitional words, and you have list of them. Whenever you get this clue, you have to be alert. Now, looking at the question, let's see. So one of the hardest types of brain. Okay, I want somebody to unmute and read this for me. Okay, wait a minute. Let me pick it up. Let me inky ponky for. Okay, all right. Abhinav, you ready? Can you unmute and read out the question for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Please do that. Louder, please. See, I'm literally shouting. Yeah.
One of the hardest types of grain, sorghum.
Sorghum. Okay.
Sorghum is frequently used to make flour as well as to replace a variety of wheat-based products. It can be cultivated in unusually dry conditions and is especially important in regions where soil is poor and resources are dash.
All right. Resources are dash. So what do you think should we use it? Where is the continuer here? It can be cultivated unusually dry. Okay. And is especially important in regions where soil is poor and resources are blank. What do you think should be fitting over here? We don't have any options. So as you can see, what is the usage of and here, everyone? Please notice what are we doing here with the and? Here. It can be, where is that? Here. Just before the blank, you should read that sentence just before the blank. Okay. Now, what is it talking about? And means this is one more information. The story is continuing. Okay. Like it started. The description about the hardest types of grain, which is sorghum. Sorghum is nothing but jawar. Okay. You eat, how many of you are from Maharashtra or anybody from Telangana? You guys must be knowing sorghum very well, or Gujarat or Punjab also, of course, sorghum. No, wheat. Sorghum is your jawar, okay? Anybody from Maharashtra? The pockets of Maharashtra? No? Okay. So jawar is that small grainy, grain. Um, is frequently used to make flour. Flour is that powder, like how you make atta, as well as to replace a variety of, it is being used as to replace wheat-based products like atta and all that, Ashirwad atta and all that. It can be cultivated. So this is a description about, first they're talking about its quality and what is it actually used for, the utility of it, followed by the how is it grown, the geographical aspect, how where it can be grown. So everything is a description about it. So there is no change in the plot. Everything is going straight forward. Am I clear? So probably we do not have any options. I'm just telling you how this and can change the whole story. Look out, watch out for continuers. Okay. Resource. So you can say it can be cultivated in unusually dry conditions and is especially important in regions where soil is poor and resources are what? So poor. So here you can actually feel no something unusually dry conditions, and one condition is poor. So you have to choose an option which is similar to what? The unusual dry conditions, which is one of the qualities already given here, poor. Okay. You have to look out for these kind of clues. Yes, limited. Yes, Aisha. Perfect. Yes. So they're talking about, yeah, of course, Maha, migrant. That's again a good option. Okay. We should look for those that kind of feel you have to get. Okay. All right. So others, everybody clear? Now you have to look out for such kind of continuers, which are called as transitional expressions. Now you have to look out for cause and effect. Something happened. This is the result of it. Okay. You did very well in your board exams. And what is the result? Naturally, you will be getting 9 point, your GPA will be like higher, 9.8, 9.1. All right. So let's not go over there. So cause and effect is like something happened, therefore this. I did this because this was the reason. So reason and effect. Okay. Something was happening. Therefore, this was the outcome of it as a result. Okay. So here are some of those cause and effect connectors. When you find these, immediately get alert. Okay, I need something. There is something that he's going to tell about. That means there is a cause just before the connector, and after the connector, there will be the effect part of the description. You have as a result, because, consequently. So what do you say? As I wanted to study in Ivy Leagues or the top-notch universities, consequently, oh, no, the cause, right? What is the cause behind it? Maybe you have seen your peer group, you were so influenced, you're so impacted by the guy who, your senior brother or your senior someone, who is really making great name, or he's really rocking, he's sending so many in the Snapchats. You're like, that was the reason. And what is the effect? You, consequently, I've decided to write SAT. Got it? This is how it is. So most of us write SAT because of the emotional reason, not the logic. Okay. So, but you have to apply logic, not the emotion. So because somebody is studying, therefore you are taking this test, is a completely fool's paradise kind of concept. All right. Now let's talk about this. Before the launch of the first, no, I won't be reading. Why should I read this? Come on, anybody, make some efforts. I want to hear you guys. Come on. Who is going to read? No, I won't be choosing. I should choose again. Chirag, come on, Chirag. I want to hear Chirag. C for Chirag. Make some noise for Chirag. Chirag?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Amazing. Good. Good evening, Chirag. Okay,
Before the
read out,
launch,
read out.
before the launch of the first space shuttle in 1961, the astronauts were required to undergo mental evaluation because the dash danger inherent in space travel was judged to be important as the psychological one.
Okay, now what is mental evaluation? Anybody? Mental means what's the first word that hits your mind? Ding, chick, ding, 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 ding. What? Huh? Psychological, isn't it? Mental means psychological. Correct? That's one of the direct implication that the word can be psychological. Evaluation. What is the alternate word for evaluation? All right. People want to be more active in the chat box. To test. What's the other word to test? Actually, I have given the words in context questions because I wanted to examine. You don't examine. You know what? You don't examine someone's talent or someone's current level of skills. You examine the skeleton, the X-ray. Okay. The context, you should understand the context. You cannot use the word examine. Come on, we go to doctor and what will he do? He will examine your symptoms, right? He will not test you. Test is done further to test whether from the blood test you will come to know what's exactly bothering you physically or internally. What's the word? Come on, guys. This is not fair. All right, got it. Okay, Vibha, grading. You don't grade people. Grading is by testing someone. Grades. So you definitely need to work to check. Check what? Come on. Have you heard the word called assessment? Evaluation. Assessment. Please remember this. Okay. There are certain scenarios you only use for those. Examine is for, you need to examine means you have to closely look out for. Okay. Clear? And evaluation is for to evaluate your current level of skill. Or this is called assessment test or diagnostic test. Okay. All right. So now, what am I trying to come up here is, there's a word called because just before the blank because. So you are looking for a word which should be similar to psychological assessment. Okay. Now we don't have that option. That's fine. But just to help you around with where these words will come up. So where you should get alert and why are these connectors used? Because in the previous sentence, what is it? Before the launch of the first space shuttle in 1961, the astronauts were required to go mental evaluation. This was the reason. And what was the effect? Therefore, what was the result? Because the reason is the danger, the blank danger inherent in space travel was judged. You're judging something. What? You're assessing something, right? That's again a clear-cut hint. Look out for these words, judged, to be an important as physiological one. So what is he trying to say is physiological means only the body. Physiological means his activities, but his mental, how will he be acting in the space? His what is his mental abilities there in the space is also should be tested. Okay, so something related to psychological assessment will be done. And space was judged as it is as important as how he is overall performing in space. Got it? Now let's move on. I'm a bit slow. I am going to rush out right now. Now contradictors, guys, what is a contradictor? Who is contradicting whom? What is contradiction? Anybody in the chat box? Contradiction. Contradiction. Yes, I got one message. We got a message. Opposite. Good. Opposite. Contradictory. On the other hand, so you have different ways to express contradiction. Like let's say I wanted to attend the class, although I have everything that I can set up and get into the class. Although means even though, you're contradicting. I want to get into I want to log in into the class. I want to take the class. Fine, it's very positive, but there is twist in the story. What's the twist? Something happened. Although I have everything, but I couldn't. right? So contrast, on the contrary, on the other hand, these are the expressions, or these are the transitional phrases that you will often see, or words you will see, that gives a twist in the story. Now let's read out. Somebody please unmute and read out for me for us. Yes. Knock knock. Hello. Acha. You like me to name calling, huh? Acha, I get it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Jane. 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 J say
Yes,
Jane.
ma'am.
Hi Jane. Did I say your name correct? Jane?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Can you read out?
Yes. From the outside, the Afar Triangle, one of the most geologically active regions in the world, seems quite dash. However, its external appearance is deceptive, obscuring the presence of fiery pools of lava lying just beneath its surface.
All right, good. Thank you, dear. Thank you very much. So from the outset, this so-called place called Afar Triangle, like Bermuda Triangle. How many of you are aware of Bermuda Triangle? Oh my God, during my like tens or like class 8 to 11, I was always been scared. There were many stories also I used to watch. Bermuda Triangle is like, it just pulls anything that flows over it, you know. There are many stories, mysterious stories about it. Yes, the magnetic thing. Seems like there is some black hole kind of, if you're aware of. How many of you are interested in astronomical sciences? Like crazy about constellations? Just want to know what exactly is the Big Bang thing? Why Stephen Hawkins? Why not me? You know? Aha. Mona, thanks on. Yeah, Mona, please ask. You raise your hand. Okay. Hi, Sai. Good. All right, so now let's get to this part. See, that's why I keep reverting. So this FR triangle, one of the most geologically active regions in the world, seems quite black. Okay, the story is everything was going pretty well. However, here comes the twist. Its external appearance, okay, is deceptive. What's the meaning of deceptive? Everyone, I want you to put it that in your notes, okay? You should follow these rules. Maintain a pillow book. Yes. Who are turning all this French and options? Don't do that. Yes. Deceptive, confusing. Hey, you know what? Her looks are deceptive. What does it mean? Basically, somebody is looking really good. They're like, you know, like disguise. They're wearing they're acting good, but inside there's a different story, man. You know, the backstabbers community. Unreal, yes. Manipulative, misleading, yes. Of course. Now most of the politicians, they say हमें वोट दो, हम तुम्हारा भला करेंगे. But inside they're pretty deceptive. Their smiles are deceptive. My God, it's so difficult to really, you know, assess whether they're really good for us or God knows. Okay, deceptive. I think most of you got it right. There are many people who are deceptive. They look alike. वो होता है ना, हाथी के दांत दिखाने के लिए अलग चबाने. हाँ, this is something like that. Hey, did I say it correct? It's been ages. I'm speaking in Hindi actually. Deceptive means something which is like not real. Okay, somebody's in disguise. So something is not real. You should be very careful with these kind of people who reach up to you because they want something from you, but basically they have other intentions. The motives are ulterior, can be ulterior motives. Okay, they want to harm you, but you do not. You're like a very sweet girl. Okay, and everything you're keeping on calling every night. But then you miss this session. I'll send my notes and all that. Huh? All this, what do you say? Charity work you do, right? How many of you are that? Charity jobs you do. You don't need to come to class. I will say, yes, ma'am, present, ma'am, for you. I was like that. No. How many of you have the such kind of friends who take full-fledged, full leverage of your generosity, right? I say yes, sir. They use me. So deceptive. Okay, now we got it. However, it's externally, it looks, so basically it looks quiet. Wait a minute. That's not the true. When you actually understand obscuring, what's the meaning of obscuring? Obscuring. Very important word. Very important. Last session, in like last year, I guess, I got to do one of this question from words in context. Yes, obscuring, anybody? You can check your, go Google it out. Obscuring basically means something is unclear. Okay, something is blocking physically. Hide, yes, I, very good. Screening, something is hiding. For example, fog. How many of you seen fog in winters, mid-winters? Delhi wale, they know very well. Okay, in down south, we have never experienced fog and all that until unless it's on the hill stations and all. If you've been to Meghalaya and all that, you'll actually see, or probably there are many flights that have been cancelled. I had this experience 5 times this year during winters. Due to the fog conditions, the flights have been cancelled. What is fog doing here? It's been obscuring the pathway, the runway, so not the pathway, the runway. And hence the flights have been cancelled. Okay, now you got it. Why I'm giving you the example is just to make you connect. Try to connect, label it like that. These are called mental mapping. Okay, obscure fog, obscure flight. You'll remember it. Otherwise, you will never remember. You have to have some mental maps like this. I have it. I don't remember the name Ashish. Okay. Sorry, Ashish, but not here. Generally, I don't remember Ashish. So what I do is, okay, Janaganamana, okay, Ashish Mage. Oh, I remember that way. So this is how to remember words. You can't, it is humanly impossible until unless you're a wizard. Okay, word wizard. Okay, then only you'll remember all the words. So keep tagging something to something like that. Obscuring is equal to fog, obscuring is equal to cancelling of flight. You'll remember forever that something is hiding or something is blocking the way, blocking. Okay. For example, complex words obscure the meaning of the text. Did you get it now? Do you understand the meaning now? Everyone make some noise in the chat box. I want to see, because I've been talking. I don't know what's happening in the chats. The chats wants your, your yes, no's. Okay, good, Viraj. Perfect. All right. Got it, ma'am. All right, amazing. Let's move on. Let's move on. Next, here's comes another way to understand. Here's few more clues, contextual clues. Let's say negative words that indicate positive. Okay, this is the most challenging type of question. And often students end up marking the wrong answers. Why? Let's read out. I'll read out for you and tell you. Despite, the meaning of despite, it's again a connector. What does it mean? Despite their physical attractiveness. Okay, you don't know. Let's assume that you don't know. Hypothetically, you really don't know the meaning of despite, or really also you do not know the meaning of despite. No worries. Read the sentence. Contextually pick up the clues. Despite their physical attractiveness, some butterfly species are regarded as pests. You know, the minute you hear the word pest, what is the first feeling you get? What's the first thought you get? Pests. She is like a pest on me, man. Seriously, like a pest, she pesters me. What's the meaning of pest? Or what feeling do you get? What emotion reflects when you think about pests? P-E-S-T-S, pests? Annoying? Okay, pests. Harmful. Yes, Karthik. Yes. Okay, annoying is okay, but harmful. Annoying is like for a different context. Irritation, okay. Yeah, you have pests. Rats are pests, right? Rats are pests and they're very harmful, right? For the harvest. Oh, we have an answer coming up. Dear, please wait. I know you're enthusiastic. Your answer is C. No, dear. That's why. Calm down, hold your horses. So despite their physical attractiveness, so one, you're reading, you're feeling that, okay, they are physically attractive, but they're regarded as pests. Now, pest is a negative word, right? As per the feeling is concerned, as per the emotion is concerned, it is a negative. It has a negative connotation. Connotation means feel or emotion. Because, okay, reason giving. In the larval stages, they're capable of causing damage. See, who said harmful? The same. So pest is directly related to damage to crops or trees. Or other species play a less. The minute you hear less, seems like, oh, this is sounding something positive, right? Pests was harmful, damage, that is negative. I get it. Now, here the next sentence is talking about They play less means it is giving us some sort of positive feeling, isn't it? Not so harmful, isn't it? Why is it beneficial? Come on, guys. That's what. See, you're all in soup. You're all like decided to fall into the soup, but I want to pull you out. Okay, wait. We're talking about damage. You are talking about harm. Look at the word that is directly telling you harm, damage. Why is this tukka marna? Huh? You're all wait. So you need to understand that sometimes these negative words will give you a wrong idea that, hey, he's talking something about negative and this is about less. You're only reading this part, my dear. The pest is also here. This guy is waiting over here. Overall, first, look at the first part of the paragraph. Here comes the second part of the paragraph. Other species play less detrimental role in the ecosystem. However, because their caterpillars consume harmful insects. Yes. So detrimental means damaging, harmful. Clear? Even though you are finding this word positive, ये तो बहुत नेगेटिव वाला है पेस्ट, पर ये तो थोड़ा नेगेटिव वाला है. तो चलो ना करते हैं सिग्निफिकेंट, बेनिफिशियल, एक्सेप्शनल. Always look out for why are they wrong. I've already told you in the very first session, you should always try to recheck. Okay, my answer is right, but how come all the three are wrong? So little introspection can also help you to come out of the soup or not fall into the soup. All right. Am I clear, everyone? D. Yes, Anish, it is D. Why so doubtfully question mark? Right? Why are you so doubtful? It's clearly given damage, pests, two negative words, a little change in the twist in the story, less, but that's not going to change the story. It has got a bad reputation. Pests have always got bad reputation. No matter it's Titli wali or someone or rats, everything which comes under the category of pests are dangerous. Okay? Or harmful. Got it? So detrimental means harmful. Very scientific word, detrimental. What is detrimental for your health? Overthinking. Or without thinking. And everybody are falling into the same mistake. All right. Okay. Now look out for the synonym usage. All right. Now this is again a very interesting example. I'll give you time. Okay. I'll give you 5 minutes. Let me freeze the time for you. Do it by yourself. Read. समझो, सीखो. You can directly message me, okay? Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Option D. Option A. Acha, mix of responses. Why am I open this? Okay. Who answered it fluid? Those who answered me, those who sent me fluid. Can you justify? Can you answer it? Explain me why A is correct and BCD is incorrect.
May I? Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
So when we start reading the passage, it gives us a sense of rigidity in starting. If we see in second line ending, it says used to demonstrate where one country ends and another begins. It gives us a sense of rigidity. So that's negative. And so we have a contradictory here, however. In reality, however,
Okay.
boundaries between nations are typically much more. That means it's a positive feeling. And so it would be kind of the opposite of rigidity. So it's more fluid.
Okay. Your answer is very correct, very much correct. So as your explanation is also because you understood it, right? You picked up very well. Was it by luck by chance you thought like that, or was it like very sure, ma'am? I'm damn sure.
I just followed whatever you said in the previous ones.
Amazing, very good. Now let me put that those who have made send me B, D. Wait a minute. What is fluid by the parts of speech? Anybody? How many parts of speech do we have? Guys, basic parts of speech. Don't make me, ask what are those. Okay, do you know noun forms? Noun is the name of something, right? If you look at A is a noun form. Fluid is a state of something, correct? State of what, like something that you can pour, you can actually see it in a water form, right? A liquid form. That's called fluid. Baki, like B, C, D, they're all three are adjectives. Precise means exactly. Rigid means absolutely strict. Identifiable means something that you can easily identify it. Okay, now let's plug in and see it. Okay, let's see. In the two-dimensional worlds of map, sharp lines are used to demarcate. Demarcate means to separate. Underline that, demarcate. Please put that in your notes. Demarcate means to separate. Okay, so like boundaries are there, no, to demarcate between North America and South America, north and south part of it, right? We have demarcations, boundaries, where one country ends and another begins. Okay, I get it. Next, in reality, however, boundaries between, okay, so what was the first statement talking about? There is a sharp lines to separate, to give the separation part. If you look at the map, you can understand it. Oh, this is North America and this is South. But in reality, but in true, however, this is not true. Boundaries between nations are typically much more like Vaibhav, right? That was Vaibhav. Huh. So he said fluid with board. What is fluid? What is the quality of fluids? They change, right? They are not fixed, they change. That's exactly what he, so the meaning of fluid here means something that can change its form. Am I clear? Synonyms usage can be multiple. You don't think that it has to be this particular alternate word and there should be some other usage. Okay, you have to look for the usage part, plug in and see. So look at it, understand from the context. In reality, however, boundaries between nations are typically much more fluid, means much more changeable. They are not rigid. In reality, they are not rigid. They are not confined. They change because this is geography. You have earthquakes. They separate the lands. They are landslidings. There is no confined boundaries, isn't it? If you have something like, oh, this is my fence, you should be here, you should be there. These fence and all those things are by human made, the man-made things. But nature has geographically, there are no such thing called as boundaries. Okay. If you look at 3D angle, you will certainly know there is no demarcations. Everything is like without boundaries. So that means something that is changeable, which is something is called your fluid. Fluid has changed, right? It changes its properties to change. Precise means exactly. How can you say you're talking about however? Typically much more precise means exactly. No. Rigid, something very firm. No. Identifiable. Actually, it's not fitting to our requirement. So here the author wants to make a point that, guys, as much as your knowledge is concerned, you think that there are sharp lines to demarcate between this country to another, but in reality, you know what, that is not true. So what would be the right word instead of confined, something which is very strict? You will be thinking about rigid, but there is a connector over there. The story is, there is a twist in the story. So fluid is your actual option. How many of those who have marked A, put a heart sign next to your answer? Okay. All right. Got it. Because, and those who tried but ended up marking B, no worries. Next time, apply the rule. Okay. Okay. Every time you have a next time in the practice, not for the real test. Now let's move on to understand the second principle, which is connotations. Connotations basically are, you're trying to associate the emotion, the charge, positive and negative charge, which we have already done in some of these examples, the last few minutes. Okay, so basically you're checking whether this is a positive word or negative word. Okay, here's my quick question. Confidence, is it a positive or a negative word? Confidence, positive or a negative word? Okay. Arrogant, positive or negative? Okay. Arrogant. Oh, it's a negative. It's a very strong negative word. You know what? Both are used. Confidence and arrogance. Both are words that are used to display the sense of what you say. Oh, like somebody who's really good at something. You know, he has that sense of I can do it by myself, right? When somebody is exhibiting too much of confidence, don't you say he's pretty arrogant, man? Right? But that's again a quality. Both are belongs to the quality. But confidence is a positive one and arrogance is a negative one. Now, how about promise? Promising. Is it a positive word or a negative word? Promising. The results were quite promising. What do you understand by that? Why only 2 or 3 responses? Is there any specific reason? Come on, guys. The more proactive you're in the chat box, this is like a, what do you say, reinforcement. It's like a learning for you. Rather than writing on your book, I want you to do that in the chat box. All right? Since you're verbally not active, so textually be active in the chat box. Got it? Yes, yes, yes. Promising is a positive. How about omnious? Omnious. What does it mean, omnious? Everyone go check the chat. Go Google it out. Omnious. Is it a positive or a negative word? Omnious. Negative. Bad vibes. Yes. So both belong to same family. However, they give a different emotion. Got it? So you should now, basing on the words that you read in the passage, go check your options. Okay? First, read the question. Now, anybody who you last, I think in the last session I mentioned, first read the question. Go to the passage. Read the, so you can't blindly mark your, no, you can't match the options to the question passage. You have to first read the passage, read the question. Step 2, read the passage. Step 3, check the options. Step 4, no, step 1 is read the question, understand what is it that you are expected to do. Step 2, read the passage. Step 3, write dumb summaries. Okay, write your own, boil down this passage to your own understanding. Okay, you're well versed by comprehension skills, right? You know what to understand. After reading the passage, make your own story. Small lines. Okay, I got it. I get it. I get it. Because you can't hold a lot of information in your mind. So you have to put some understanding, what you understand by each line, and write it down. And therefore, you'll come to know, okay, there are two positive words and 1 negative word. So which is more dominating here? Positive. So I have to look for the positive word in the options. That's how it goes. Okay. Do the stepwise, exercise. Step 1, question. Step 2, reading the passage. Step 3, boil down to the summary. Write some dumb summaries. Create some like, no, this is positive, this is positive, this is negative. So I should look for what is more dominating, the positive ones. Step 4, go to the options. You get it. Look for the words which have positive connotations or negative connotations. And then therefore that would be your answer. Okay, this was what exactly I was asking you to. Okay, now this is a question, your actual digital SAT question. Let's do this. I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. Okay, and then I'll try to give you a description about it. Okay, remember one thing, whenever they say this, whenever this is a hint for everyone, put it in big bold letters. The word this means the coming information, the next information is just a repetition of what's been told in the previous sentence. Okay, let me annotate for you guys. So this is one information till here. Now this, circle it. This is your hint word. That means whatever you're reading is just an explanation to the previous sentence. Okay. All right. I just got one of that answer. D, C. Hello. Don't rush. Okay, don't rush. Perfect. Wow. Majority of the answers are what? Good. Good. Very good. Now, so one of you, Mona, can you try to explain why did you choose that option versus the other options? Mona? Oh, Mary Mona.
So as says that he created a still with sculptures that blend with machines, with living organisms. So it's basically like creating a skepticism. I guess.
You went with the skepticism. What does it mean, skepticism? Okay, no worries. Anyone wish to? Thank you, Mona. Anybody wish to unmute those who have answered me with? Come on, that's okay. Let us try it out. Okay, how many are damn sure whatever you answered was correct? Last year? Last year?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead. Can you explain us why was your answer
Yes, ma'am. I chose option C, fusion. I
good?
guess it's because they have, I mean, after the dash, they have said that man-made technology and the natural world. So it's like mix of both of them. So I guess the
Ah,
option would be fusion.
oh, amazing. She said mix, right? Blend. What's the meaning of
Blend.
blend? Everyone, blend. Boleto, what is blend? What's the meaning of blend? Mixing, right? So in late 20th, thank you, last year, that was amazing. Good.
Thank
In the
you.
last 20th century, Italian artist, blah, 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 created a stir with his avant-garde sculptures that blend machines with living organisms. Blend means mix machines with the living organisms. This, what is he talking about? This means the one which he has done, dash, of man-made technology. So blend means what? Mixing means triumph. Okay, so triumph is definitely a positive word, right? Triumph, isn't it? What's the meaning of denunciation? Does it sound positive? Denunciation? Yes. Everyone, denunciation. Denounce. Can anybody come up with the meaning of denunciation? Negative, Vibhas. Yes, it's negative. Definitely. What does denunciation means?
Speaking against something,
Speaking?
against something.
So speaking against something like, let's say there is an established, let's say the political party is established in your state, okay, and you're trying to denounce it. Means what? You're trying to what you say, break the rule. You're trying to make something that you want to evade it, or you just don't want to continue it, right? That's called denunciation. Got it? Denunciation. Please check your check the meaning and make a note of it. These words certainly will not be that frequent, but why not? Why to miss out, right? Please make a note of this. Now, why fusion? Blend means what? You fuse things, right? What's the meaning of blending? Fusing two things together. You blend your, what do you say, makeup, tap, 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 that dabba that girl does on the Instagram. And she tries to fuse it. Now, that's not the right word for fuse. She tries to blend, right? Okay, I'm sorry, boys. You're not familiar with that Instagram lady, but I don't follow. I'm just telling you an example. That's it. So fusion is like mixing of two things, or mixing of some, your physics, chemistry, you know that fusion thing, right? So what is skepticism? This is a very interesting word. For sure, it will be there somewhere again repeated. Skepticism, skeptic. What's the meaning of skeptical, skeptic? Yeah. Doubtful, very good. I'm a bit skeptical about the next coming exams. I think based on certain things that I see that's happening in the society, I don't think, and you try to come up with your own opinions, right? Skepticism means an element of doubt you have. I'm not sure about it. Probably like you're trying to tell something like that. Okay, so the answer is fusion. I hope you all got it. Triumph doesn't work. It's a positive word. Okay, and denunciation is a negative. Fusion definitely sounds positive. Skepticism is not at all positive. You're trying to be doubtful. So we have two positives and two negatives. How do you equate this? This means he's again connecting back to this blend. Okay, this blending of thing he's trying to explain, and this fusion of man-made technology and natural world is exhibited in one of his best known blah, blah, blah. This is all not required. All you have to look is just before the blank and try to look for the positive or negative connotational words and try to see blend is a positive word. So we are looking for a positive word again. As we already identified, blend is a positive word. So we'll be looking only for the positive word. Clear, everyone? Huh? This is how you can easily make out, quickly come to conclusions. Positive, negative. Play the positive and negative charges. तो positive है, मैं negative हूँ. तो क्या है? Positive, positive, negative. Okay, now one more. Also look out for punctuations. Okay, colon and semicolons basically are used. Okay, I'll explain them in the next sessions also when we are working on the writing part. Punctuations wise, if you look at colons and semicolons, again, it's a matter of repetition. So whatever the or the writer has mentioned in the previous sentence, if there's a colon, it's just a continuation to the previous description part. Clear? Now let's look at positive. Let's play again. Let's play holy kind of. Let's play positive negatives. Okay, take a minute. Don't rush. Think. Yes. Time is up. अच्छा ऐसा Saisha, ऐसा did you play the positive negative properly? Nah, you didn't. Okay. That's okay. You're just getting into the flow. Don't worry. The more you do it back to back word in context questions, you are like you're like a mastery. You'll take mastery in it. For this, you need to read a lot. So I see some non-relevant answers. Hence, I give up expecting from you guys and I'll take over the charge. Now, Dr. Xanthar Miranda's groundbreaking research on the ancient people of bacteria blank. The previous consensus means some report they have made. So there was some groundbreaking research on the ancient people of bacteria. That's the place, it's not bacteria, it's bacteria. Yeah, bacteria. Okay, so what's bacteria doing? There are many like this place, no, Pompeii and the Roman places, what's it, Mesopotamia and all that, right? This is one of those places, Athens and all those. If you are looking at the geographical aspect, like AD, long BC and all that, people of Bactria blank. The previous consensus, her analysis. So again, after the colon, it's just a repetition. So what's the repetition? Her analysis included compelling challenges. Okay, here's your word. Challenges is your word. Tell me, challenge is a positive or a negative word? To ideas about how the nomadic tribes organize themselves in vast empire with complicated trade network. Like you remember the Romans, the Athens, and so many those part of all that bacteria. The challenge is a positive or negative? Let's play. No, let's play it out. Challenge. How many of you ended up saying concealed. What's the meaning of concealed? She was concealing the truth. That means she was not revealing. She's trying to hide. This is negative. Okay. Now we are looking for a negative word. Let's see all of them. Hiding. Yes, Venkat. Absolutely. So here one of you have asked, given a answer as negative. Okay. But conceal, does it fit? Challenge, including compelling challenges. Compelling means very pressing. There are so many issues, so many big hurdles they faced. To ideas about how these people organize themselves in vast empire with complicated trade network. Everything sounds so negative in here. Complicated again is a negative word. So seems like dominated. People dominating, making more noise in the passage is negative. D, again a question mark. Sabotaged. When do we say sabotaged? Something sabotaging. See, the bombers, the aerial bombs sabotage the bunkers. What do I mean by that? Completely destroyed. Okay, sabotage. See, you have literally sabotaged my life. You destroyed my life with all your toxic thoughts, toxic things. There are so many toxic people, right? They sabotage our peace of mind. What does it mean? Negative again. Sabotage means something who's destroying or damaging us. So definitely not challenging. Besieged. Besieged. What does it mean, besieged? Come on, besieged. Subverted. Subverted means undermined. Okay, subverted means undermined. Wow. Wow. What am I writing? Literally. I like to put this proper text, okay? Chalo, I'll do some work here. Subverted means undermined. So who is undermining who? Undermining means you're underestimating me. Okay. Undermined. Yes, dear. And so now tell me, besieged. What's the meaning of besieged? Besieged. Definitely not our answer, but just want you to highlight this. Implore. Beg. Yes. Okay. Besieged means to beg. Yeah. Again, a negative word. To beg. Negative word. Acha. So concealed, to hide. That's again not a good thing. Okay. Very bad. Don't hide anything. Chalo. Sabotaged, to destroy or damage. Again a negative. So many negative words. Since we have only one word that is directly reflecting us about the negative. Now, which word will be befitting the blank? It is, okay, with sabotage, okay, we use, it's a collocation word. How many of you know what are collocations? Combinational words, okay? Collocations means combinational. Forever and ever, they live together like that. For example, strong taste, strong opinion, strong belief system. Okay, an adjective and a noun always comes in this combination. Got it? So sabotage is like you use for places or life. Like I said, the aerial attack sabotage the refugee camps or the bunkers. Got it? Clear? How and subverted, definitely beg will not happen, right? Just fit it and see. Does besieged work over there? Previous people of Bactria, besieged means to beg. No. Why would they beg? Consensus? No. Concealed? No. How come? It's a research. And research, by the way, anything that's related to research, they will not hide. They want to show it to the world so that the next generations will do more research on it. Okay. So definitely not B and C. Now we are left with A and D. I already told you we only use the word sabotaged only with places or with a with something related to life or something. Now we are left with subverted. Subverted means again undermine. Truly, right? Just plug in and read out to yourself. Research on the ancient people of Bactria subverted the previous consensus, means they have undermined the about the research thing, because her analysis included so many challenges. They thought everything was so flowery over there, but actually in reality the point is they had so many issues, so many challenges about this. No, they had this complicated trade network and so on. Am I clear? Yes. Sometimes you have to plug in, look out for the punctuation marks, look out for this, that, the demonstrative pronouns, this, that, these, those. Okay, there are many such other hints that actually shout out to you that, hey, I'm waiting for your to catch hold of me. That one thing, if you catch hold, you will definitely identify your answers. Always play the positive negative game. Next, try to plug in and see whether this word really fits to the context or not. Number 3, always look out for these clues called transitional words. Like I've given a list of them. One is for continuers. Next one is your contradictors, and you have cause and effect type of. And also look out for the words that are actually giving you negative, positive answer just before the blank, positive feeling. But look out for other negative words, like you have already seen 2 negatives and 1 positive. Okay. And yes, that's all about finding the words in context, which comes with a blank in between the passage. Any questions, please ask. We are about to close the session. Otherwise, I want everybody to learn new words. I'm going to post something because I'm not able to post it over here. So this is how I maintain, and this is how my students maintain their books. I mean, I remember I'll send it in the group. Okay. So connotations, always look for positive, negatives, and mixed. Not all words have clear connotations. Sometimes you should also look out for, not always, don't play always positive, negatives. Okay. Just because it's easy, don't play always like that. Always look for the synonyms also, right? And write out some definitions, okay? Just to maintain, like how I have given denunciation. You learned so many new words, right? Denunciation, besieged, subverted. They're not going to go waste for sure. And usage, try to tag those words when you think. Obscuring, okay, where do I use it? I'm not able to use it. Wait a minute, after the sessions, after this, the test also, you probably have to write something else. Maybe you have to write your own college screening, what do you say, SOPs, college essays. You would be needing these words, right? And of course, try to write some sentences up. Whenever you write any definitions or new words, don't just leave them like orphans, okay? Pay attention by writing some sentences, and also write some synonyms next to it. This is the best way to practice your words in context questions. All right, that's all for today, and we shall discuss those questions that I've given once we are done with the words in context concept. Am I clear, everyone? Any doubts, please unmute and you can mention. I see that only 22 students are left out. How? So it's 9:15, they have lunch, dinners or what? Yes, anybody, any doubt? No doubt? Acha, aisa. ठीक है. Well, let's meet.
Ma'am, I have a question on the previous slide.
Oh yeah, please. Good. Go ahead.
Ma'am, here after the colon, her
Mhm.
analysis. Does this her analysis phrase refer to her previous consensus or
Xantha?
like the groundbreaking research?
This is related to Xantha Miranda's research.
Ma'am, while reading sometimes this sense of confusion occurs. Like
So whenever you find colons, that's just an reiteration. Okay, that's just a repetition of what's been said in the previous sentence. Clear?
yes, ma'am.
All right. Any more doubts?
Ma'am.
Go ahead.
So this is also from the previous question.
Okay.
Though I understand your reasoning for the difference between option A and D, I still find it a bit hard to decide for, like, I mean, I still think it's no, I understand it's A, but then I have a feeling for D because given in the text is there are a little compelling words like groundbreaking and compelling challenges and complicated. So sabotage means the
Hmm.
research done by Miranda was, like it has
Completely damaged.
damaged the previous consensus.
Damaged. How can somebody
I
damage the
mean,
previous? That's a very,
like
very
it has
strong word.
destroyed this
See, A and B are
place
similar
that
words.
so
Like they're like
essence.
twins to the same word. Okay, they're like twins, very close. However, we can subvert principles. We can subvert someone's what do you say thesis. This is a combination: subverting thesis, subverting someone's hypothesis. Clear? Remember like this. Subvert means it always comes in the combination with theories, principles, rule, and so on. Not rule, actually. Huh. Do you get it?
All right, so the sabotage has more
Sabotage has more like damage. The so-called troopers have sabotaged the plan.
a more sinner feeling or something like that.
Yeah, you're getting like completely damaged. Literally, they have unearthed everything like that. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So sometimes you have to go with the collocations also, combinations. Subverted always comes with the combination of principles, theories, hypothesis. Remember these three things only will come in your SATs also. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Chalo. That's the what you say. Some sort of clues that you can remember like this. Any more questions? But good, good. Yeah, Shri, I'll be okay for everyone in the chat box. There you go. I'm giving my finally revealing my launching my no, nothing like that. Okay, guys, please message me if you want planners. Please mention what you do from morning to on this 24 hours of time. Apart from Snapchatting, apart from what do you say, gramming, huh? Instead of gramming, or going to tuitions, texting, hanging out in KFCs and all that, all the CCDs. What do you do apart from that? Okay, go shopping, visit, making attendance in weddings. Apart from this, what else are you? And please mention when are you planning to take the test, to what are you doing right now? Okay, it can be anything. Apart from the other chores, the too much private chores, just mention. Just give me a random pointers what you do, so I can analyze where I can fit the planner for you. That's it. Okay, I'm not the big boss. I'm not watching you. You have every life, everything you can enjoy in your life. I have nothing to do. My job is to help you with the planner. Number two, I want to help you with the session. Anytime, Shri, please mail me, but sit back and give me a proper planner. Okay. I'll ask some questions also within those if I don't find the exact content that I need to decide a proper study planner for you, then I'll ask. Okay. And please be like immediately respond, because I hardly get time to look into things. But whenever I get time, I'll do it immediately. Okay. Thank you, Shri. All right. That's all, guys. Sleep well, eat well, and come back again on what is it? Is it Monday today? Oh, yeah. We'll meet on Wednesday. Chalo, everyone, we'll meet on Wednesday. Perfect. Good night. Bye-bye. You can log out.